The number of distinct real values of x satisfying the equation maximum of x2 minus minimum of x2 is equal to mod of x plus 2 minus mod of x minus 2 is. So in these kind of situations, if I want to break this modulus, I need to know if x is greater than 2 or x is between minus 2 to 2 or x is less than minus 2. So at first I tried x is equal to 2. So if I put x is equal to 2, 2 minus 2 will become 0 because 2 and 2, maximum will be 2, minimum will be 2. X is equal to 2, this will become 4 and this will become 0. So 0 is equal to 4 doesn't work. So we are going to try different cases where if I put x is greater than 2, means x is bigger than 2. So maximum of x and 2 will become x. Minimum of x and 2 will become 2. This will be equal to, if x is greater than 2, this expression will be positive. So this will be as it is. This expression will also be positive. So this will be as it is. So from there, we can say x cancelled out. X is equal to 6. So one solution that we got. Then let's try the second solution. When x is greater than minus 2 but less than 2. What will happen in that situation? That the maximum of x and 2 now will become 2 because x is less than 2 minus minimum of x and 2 will be x because x is less than 2. This will be equal to, this expression will still be positive because x plus 2 should be greater than 0, means x should be greater than minus 2. So this will be as it is. But this will become negative. X minus 2 will become negative. So this will come negative of this outside. So plus x minus 2. Negative of this will become positive of this. 2 cancel out, or we get 3x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 2 by 3, which also works because x is between minus 2 to 2. Now if I take case 3, where x is less than minus 2. So what will happen? If x is less than minus 2, the maximum of x and 2 will be 2. The minimum of x and 2 will be x. This should be equal to, this x plus 2 will become negative, means minus x minus 2 will come outside the mod. Then this will also be negative. So minus of this expression will come out. So minus of minus plus x minus 2. So x cancelled out. Or we can say x is equal to 6, which does not work because we have taken x less than minus 2. Apart from this, what are the values that we need to check? X is equal to 2, that we have already tried. And we got 0 is equal to 4, which does not work. If I take x is equal to minus 2, then what will happen in that case? Minus 2, 2. If I take x is equal to minus 2, this will be 2 minus minus 2. So plus 4. And minus 2, this will become 0, minus 2, this will be 4. Again, this is not equal. So that also does not work. So we have only two values of x which satisfy this condition, that is x is equal to 6 and x is equal to 2 by 3. Question number 13, it says, a certain amount of water was poured into a 300-liter container and the remaining portion of the container was filled with milk. Okay. Then an amount of this solution was taken out from the container, which was twice the volume of the water that was earlier poured into it. And water was poured to refill the container again. If the resulting solution contains 32% milk, then the amount of water in liters that was initially poured into the container was. So there is a container with the strength of 300 liters. Now let's say water was poured A amount, okay, initially. Rest of them was milk. Then 2A amount of what this mixture was taken out and 2A amount of water was mixed. And then the percentage of milk was 72%. So what we can say, that final volume, final percentage of milk is 72 by 100. This will be equal to initial portion of milk in the container. So out of 300 minus A will be milk. So the ratio of milk with respect to the container will be 300 minus a upon 300 into what is the volume after the removal. So 300 out of 300, 2a was removed, divided by total volume after the replacement, which is 300. Now we need to solve this and we need to get the value of a. So what we can say, 100 is cancelled out. This will be equal to 272 into 900 is equal to, this will be 2a square minus 900a plus 90,000. Right? So from there we can say this will be 2a square minus 900a, 90,000 minus this. So 900 into 100, 900 into 72. What's left is 900 into 28, right? So this will be 28, so 25200 and 20, right? 900 into 100, 900 into 72, take it that side, it will become 900 into 28. 28 into 9 is 25200 is equal to 0, or we can write it as a square minus 450a plus 12600 is equal to 0. Now we need to break 450 in two parts such that the product is 12600. We can write it as a square minus 420a minus 30a plus 12600 as 0. From there, we can write it as a minus 420 into a minus 30 is equal to 0. So from there, we can say a will be equal to 30. A cannot be equal to 420 because total volume is 300. So it must be less than that, right? So that is our answer. Volume of water which was poured initially is 30 liters. Question number 14, it says Gopi marks a price on a product in order to make 20% profit. Ravi gets 10% discount on this marked price and thus saves 15 rupees. Then the profit in rupees made by Gopi by selling the product to Ravi is. So what can we say? The marked price is 20% more than the cost price, because to make 20% profit. So the marked price is 1.2 times cost price, right? Then it says Ravi gets 10% discount on this marked price and saves 15 rupees. That means 10% of this marked price is equal to 15, or we can say the marked price is equal to 15 into 100 by 10, which gives us 150 rupees. And if mark price is 150, what will be our cost price? Can I say our cost price will be equal to 150 divided by 1.2. This is decimal 10, then 125. So we can say the cost price is equal to 125, right? Cost price is 125. What will be our selling price? Selling price will be mark price, which is 150 minus 15 rupees, which is discount. So that will be equal to 135. So we can say the profit made by Gopi is 135 minus 125, which is equal to 10 rupees. This is the profit made by Gopi. So our answer is option B. The sum of all distinct real values of x that satisfy the equation 10 to the power x plus 4 upon 10 to the power x is equal to 81 by 2 is. So in CAT 2024, the level of questions from quantitative aptitude questions in all three slots were relatively easy, right? But this is one of the questions that were very tricky and were not solved or attempted by almost everyone. So how do we solve this type of question? So let y is equal to, we can say 10 to the power x, right? So equation will be y plus 4 upon y is equal to 81 upon 2. So from there we can say y square plus 4 is equal to 81y upon 2, and then we can say y square minus 81y plus 8 will be equal to 0. Now we will have two different values of y from here. Means we will have two different values of 10 to the power x here, right? We need to find those two values of x, then we need to find the sum of those, right? So what we can say, if 10 to the power x is equal to y, can I say that log y to the base 10 will be equal to x, right? Now let's say we got two different values of y from here, y1 and y2, right? So the sum of roots, the sum of all distinct real values, all distinct real values of x, this will be equal to, so if one of the root is y1, then this will be log y1 to the base 10, and other is y2, then it will be log y2 base 10. These are the two different values of x, right? So for that, we need to find log y1 into y2 base 10. Means what we need to find? We need to find product of the roots. We need to find product of the roots. Product of the roots of this equation, which will be, this is 2y square minus 81y plus 8 is equal to 0. Product of the roots of this equation will be 8 by 2, which is equal to 4. So this will be equal to log 4 base 10, which we can write log 2 base 10 into 2, right? So if we check the option, which one is correct? It's option A. Question number 16, it says if 10 to the power a 68 is divided by 13, the remainder is. So we can use the Euler's theorem here as well as Fermat's theorem, although both of them are very similar when it comes to prime number, but it's better to do in simple multiplication way to find the remainders, which is which power of 10 gives us the closest value to a multiple of 13. It's 1000. What is 1000? 1000 is equal to 1001 minus 1, and 1001 is equal to 7 into 11 into 13, meaning if I try to find remainder when 1000 is divided by 13, the answer will be minus 1, the negative remainder, right? So can I say, when I need to find remainder, 10 to the power 68 divided by 13, I can write it as 10 to the power 66 into 10 square divided by 13. This can be written as remainder when 10 cube is 1000, so this will be 1000 to the power 22, 10 square will be 100 divided by 13. Now this can be written as remainder. Now 1000 when divided by 13, the remainder is minus 1 to the power 22. 100 when divided by 13, 91 plus 9 is 100, so it will be 9. So ultimate remainder will be minus 1 to the power 22, which is 1 into 9, and that is equal to 9. So our answer is option A. Question number 17, a very interesting question based on sequence. It says consider the sequence t1 is equal to 1, t2 is equal to minus 1, and tn is equal to n minus 3 upon n minus 1 into tn minus 2 for all n greater than equal to 3. Then the value of the sum 1 by t2 plus 1 by t4 plus 1 by t6 till 1 by t 2024th term, right? So definitely there will be some pattern. We are not going to find all of these terms, right? So how do we solve this? First of all, how many terms are there? All the event terms till 2024. So 2024 by 2, 1 0 1 2th term, or 1012 terms will be in total, right? Now let's try to find the pattern. Can I say t2 is given, t2 is equal to minus 1, or 1 by t2 will also be minus 1. What about t4? t4 will be equal to 4 minus 3 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3 into t2, which is minus 1, or we can say 1 by t4 will be equal to minus 3. Then t6 will be equal to 6 minus 3, 3, 6 minus 1, 5 into t4. t4 is minus 1 by 3. So from there, we can say 1 by t6 will be equal to minus 5. So the pattern that we are getting are negative of odd numbers, right? So what we can say, if we try to find the sum will be equal to -1 plus 3 plus 5 till 1012th term. Right? What do we know about sum of odd numbers? That 1 plus 3 plus 5 till 2n minus 1 is equal to n square, right? Means sum of first n odd numbers is equal to n square. So this will be equal to minus of 1012 square. What is 1012 square? So 12 square is 144. 1012 plus 12, 1024 negative. So minus 1024144, which is option A. Question number 18. If a plus b root 3 square is 52 plus 30 root 3, where a and b are natural numbers, then a plus b equals. So we need to just expand it, right? I can say this will be equal to a square plus 2ab root 3 plus 3b square, and this is equal to 52 plus 30 root 3. So from there I can say a square plus 3b square plus 2ab root 3 is equal to 30 root 3. Not 30 root 3, it will be 52 plus 30 root 3. 52 plus 30 root 3. Now we have two equations, two variable. We can say a square plus 3b square will be 52. And we can say 2ab root 3 will be equal to 30 root 3. Now we have two equations, two variable. We can definitely solve it. But it's given that a and b are natural numbers. So we are not going to struggle that much. We are going to try few numbers. What we can say, a into b is equal to 15. And then we can take the values of a and b from here and we can try here. So a and b could be equal to 1 into 15. Of course, 1 into 1 and 15 is not possible because a square plus 3b square will be much bigger than 52. 15 into 1 is also not possible, right? Then I can consider 5 into 3. Now if I take this 5, so 25 plus 3 into 3 square, this becomes 7 plus 25, which is equal to 52. Although we don't need to check the next value, but what if we check this 3 into 5? If I take a is equal to 3, this will become 9. 3 into 5 square, this is not equal to 52, right? So this is the correct combination. What we can say, that a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. So we can say a plus b will be equal to 5 plus 3, which is equal to 8. Option D is our answer. Question number 19. It says, for any non-zero real number x, let fx plus 2f1 by x is equal to 3x. Then the sum of all possible values of x for which fx is equal to 3 is. So in this given equation, we already have fx, but we also have f1 by x. So if we try to find fx, we will have to eliminate this f1 by x, right? How do we do that? So first, let's say that fx plus 2 times f1 by x is equal to 3x. This is our equation 1. Then let's replace x by 1 by x. Then what do we get? We get f1 by x plus 2. 1 upon 1 by x will become x, and this will be equal to 3 by x, right? Now take the second equation, multiply it by 2 and subtract equation 1. Why do we do that? To eliminate this f1 by x. So 2 times f1 by x, 2 times f1 by x cancel out. 4 times fx minus fx, 3fx is equal to, this will be 3 by x minus into 2. So this is 6 by x minus 3x. So 3 we can take common, or we can say fx is equal to 2 by x minus x, right? Now question it says that for how many values of x, fx is equal to 3. So 2 by x minus x is equal to 3. or we can say that 2 minus x square is equal to 3x, or x square plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. X square plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now in this situation, what we need to do is we need to find, it says then the sum of all the values of x, for which we don't need to find the values of x. Although if you try to find it, you will get your answer, but it won't be rational, it won't be easy to calculate. But we need to find only the sum, right? We need to find only the sum of the values of x. So what we can say, sum of roots of this equation minus b by a means minus of 3 upon a is 1 here. So our answer is minus 3, which is option C. Sam can complete a job in 20 days when working alone. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina in the same job. So if we try to write the efficiency of Mohit, Sam and Aina, if we write the ratio of their efficiency, then it says that Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina. So let's say Mohit does, this is 6, then Sam can do 3 units and Aina can do 2 units per day, right? This is the ratio of their efficiency, right? What we can say, that if Sam take 20 days, what we can say, total work will be equal to 20 into 3, which will be equal to 60 units. Sam can complete a job 20 days while working alone. Now, how are they working? So first day work done will be equal to, so the management is such that they undertake a job with an arrangement where Sam and Mohit work together on the first day. Sam and Mohit, Sam plus Mohit, 6 plus 9, 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9 units, right? Then on the second day, Sam and Aina, so second day work done will be equal to Sam and Aina, Sam 3 units, Aina 2 units, 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5 units. Then on the third day, Mohit and Aina, so we can say third day work done. Third day work done will be equal to, Mohit and Aina means 6 plus 2, that is equal to a total of 8 units. So can I say that in all together the work done, so work done in 3 days will be equal to 9 plus 5, 14 plus 8, it's 22 units, right? 22 units, and everyone is working 2 days out of these 3 days, right? So what will be the work done in 6 days? Work done in 6 days will be 44 units. And on the 7th day, what will be the work done on 7th day? So again, it will be the turn of these two, Mohit and Sam, right? So again, 9 units. Still, how much work is done? So 44 plus 9, 53, 7 units is left. Now on the second day, work is done by Sam and Aina, which is 5 units. So on 8th day, work done will be 5 units. Now total work done till now is 44 plus 14, which is equal to 58 units. Now on the 9th day, Mohit and Aina will work and finish the work, right? Sam is not required to finish the work on the 9th day. So whatever work done by Sam is till 8th day. So how many days Sam worked here? So in 6 days, Sam worked for 2 into 2, 4 days, 5, 6. So work done by Sam. Work done by Sam. So work done by Sam is total 6 days. Each day Sam work 3 units. So 6 into 3. Total work is 60. So 18 upon 60, which is equal to 3 by 10 part. Right? So our answer is option C. After 2 successive increments, Gopal's salary became 187.5% of his initial salary. What does that mean? That means an increase of 87.5%, right? The total increase in the salary of Gopal is 87.5% after 2 successive increments. That says if the percentage of salary increase in the second increment was twice that of the first increment, then the percentage of salary increase in the first increment was. So initial value, let's say if it was X, this increased by A%. Then this became Y. Then this increased by 2A%. And then this became Z. And the total change from X to Z is given. What is that? This is 87.5%. So what we can say that the successive change of A and 2A should be 87.5%. So if we try to solve it using formula, then we can say A plus 2A plus 2A square upon 100 should be equal to 87.5, right? This is one way to solve it, okay? But instead of solving this quadratic, it's better if we solve it using the option. Like if I take the initial percentage change is 30, then using option A, the next percentage change will be 60. And what will be the successive percentage change? 30 plus 60 plus 30 into 60 upon 100. This is definitely not 87.5% because 30 plus 60 is already more than 87.5. Then if we take 25, then 25 plus 50 plus 25 into 50 upon 100. So if you check, this is exactly 87.5%, right? Right. So we don't need to check option C and D here, although they are not equal to 87.5%. If you take 20, then 20 plus 10 plus 20 into 10 upon 100, 20 plus 40, 60. 68% will be the equivalent change. This will be a little calculative. But once we got the answer, our answer is option B. In what other way we can solve this? We can solve this question using multiplication factor as well. Like we have 2 multiplication factor. For 2 successive change, we have 2 multiplication factor. And overall change should be equal to 187.5%. What is 187.5%? It's nothing but 15 by 16. 15 upon 16, right? Because 87.5% is 7 by 8. So 1 plus 7 by 8 is 15 by 16. Sorry, 15 by 8, not 16. So it will be 15 by 8. So what should be our percentage change such that the product of these two should become 15 by 8? So if I take 30, then the multiplication factor of 30% increase is 13 by 10. Then next increase will be 60%. Multiplication factor will be 16 by 10. And this is not equal to 15 by 8, right? Okay. If I take 25%, 25% is 1 by 4. Multiplication factor will be 5 by 4. So if this is 5 by 4, next change will be 50%. Multiplication factor is 3 by 2, which is equal to 15 upon 8, right? It makes sense. You can also try and break 15 by 8 in 2 parts such that in one case, the change is half of the change in second case. But this is a long shot, all right? It may be a simplest fraction. Then we will have to find a fraction which follows this rule. So again, this will be a long shot. We should not follow this always. But the taking options and checking it will be definitely working all the time, right? That is our answer. Thank you. Question number 22, it says Rajesh and Vimal on 20 hectares and 30 hectares of agricultural land, respectively, which are entirely covered by wheat and mustard crops. So we have 2 persons, Rajesh, we have Vimal, both of them on some part of lands, right? And on those lands, there are only two types of crops, which are wheat and mustard. The cultivation area of wheat and mustard in the land owned by Vimal are in the ratio 5:3. Okay, so whatever land is owned by Vimal, which is 30 hectare, out of those 30 hectare, 5 parts are wheat crops, 3 parts are mustard crops. Then, if the total cultivation area of wheat and mustard are in the ratio 11:9, total means out of this 20 plus 30, out of this 50 hectare, 11 part is wheat and 9 part is mustard. Then the ratio of cultivation area of wheat and mustard in the land owned by Rajesh. So in this kind of situation, I love to make a table like we have 2 person, Rajesh, Vimal, and then we have total. Then we have 2 different crops, wheat, mustard, and then we have total, right? So using this table, we will have big help putting all these values. So Rajesh, total land owned by Rajesh is 20 hectares. Total land owned by Vimal is 30. Total will be 50. And these wheat and mustard are in the 11:9 ratio. So 11 plus 9 is 20 units. 50 by 20 is 2.5. So 11.11 into 2.5, 27.5 hectares. In this land, only wheat crops are there. Then the remaining, which is 22.5 hectares, we have mustard crops. Then in case of Vimal, it says the cultivation area of wheat and mustard in the land owned by Vimal are in the ratio 5:3. 5 plus 3 is 8 unit. 8 unit is equivalent to 30 unit. What will be 5 out of 8? So it will be 18.75 hectare. This will be for wheat crops, and the remaining, which is 11.25, this will be for nothing but mustard crops. Now, in case of Rajesh, what we can say, 27.50 minus 18.75. 7.5 plus 1.25 is 8.75. And this, the remaining, which is 11.25, will be for mustard crops, right? So what's the ratio? The ratio that we are looking for in case of Rajesh wheat crops, Rajesh mustard crops, 8.75 divided by 11.25. Both of these numbers are divisible by 125. So we should not be having any issue solving this. So this will be 7 upon 9. 7:9, which is option B. Now this question we can solve by allegation as well. How do we do that? So Rajesh, who owns 20 hectares of land, and Vimal, who owns 30 hectares of land. What is the percentage of land of Rajesh in which wheat crops are there? 5 by 3. 5 by 3, 5 wheat, 3 mustard. So 5 by 8 of total means 62.5%. 62.5% of land in case of Rajesh is for wheat crops. In case of Vimal, let's say this is K percent. Okay. And then overall, what is the percentage of wheat crops? So 11 out of 20, which is 55%. So this is 55%. Right. Oh, just opposite of that, this is given for Vimal, right? So let's exchange this value. This is K and this is 62.5%. So what we can say, the difference here is 7.5% and this difference here is 55 minus K percent. Can I say this ratio should be 2 by 3? So 7.5 divided by 55 minus K is equal to 2 upon 3. Or we can say 22.5 is equal to 110 minus 2K, or 2K is equal to, this value is, how much is this? 110 minus 22.5. So 100 minus 12.5, 87.5. So K is equal to 87.5 by 2%, right? 87.5 by 2%. This is the percentage of wheat out of total land, right? So wheat upon mustard. If wheat is 87.5 by 2%, 87.5 is 7 by 8. So that will be 7 by 16 overall. So if this is 7, this will be 9. Okay. So we can also solve this question using alligation. All right.